Have you ever noticed how after a leisurely morning stroll, or while tending the garden, your loved one stops and rubs their dry lips muttering, "I'm so thirsty, but I just forgot to grab my water." It happens to the best of us, especially as we grow older. Our sense of thirst can dull with age, and before we know it, hours slip by without a single sip of water. That's why for every caregiver looking after someone 60 or beyond, making hydration feel effortless can transform their energy, comfort, and even their digestion. Today, we're talking about 5 simple but powerful hydration habits you can weave into daily routines to keep older adults feeling vibrant and cared for. These aren't medical lectures or fancy gadgets. They're warm, practical rituals that turn drinking water from an afterthought into a moment of calm nourishment. In this first part, we'll explore the morning kickstart, the art of spa water, and how visual reminders gently nudge us toward better sipping. Imagine the scene: dawn light brushing through the kitchen window as your parent pads in still in slippers and reaches for a tall glass of crisp water with a slice of lemon floating inside. That first glass isn't just a beverage, it's a ritual. Starting the day with water helps jumpstart circulation, eases overnight dehydration, and gives the stomach a friendly wake-up call. Encourage caregivers to place a glass or a small pitcher on the bedside table before lights out, so the first instinct upon waking is to hydrate. A squeeze of citrus, lemon, orange, or even a few berries adds flavor without sugar and delivers a gentle dose of vitamin C. When that pale pink or golden water catches the morning light, it almost feels like a sunrise in a glass, inviting the body to drink deeply. Once that morning glass is emptied, the habit can flow seamlessly into a second tip: spa water stations. Picture a clear glass pitcher standing proudly in the fridge, filled with cool water and artful slices of cucumber crisp, apple, or fragrant sprigs of mint. Caregivers can prep this on their weekly kitchen day wash, slice and layer the ingredients, so the pitcher is infused and ready whenever someone opens the fridge. As each sip glides down, the subtle flavors transform plain water into something to savor, like a gentle herbal tea without the tea bag. These infusions not only make hydration more appealing, they also add trace minerals and antioxidants. For example, cucumbers offer silica for skin and joint health, while berries bring a hint of natural sweetness, plus anthocyanins for immune support. Every time your loved one reaches for a glass, they're treating themselves to a spa-like moment that brightens the afternoon slump. By mid-morning or early afternoon, though, even the loveliest pitcher can be forgotten behind a carton of milk or a jar of pickles. That's where the third habit comes in: visual and audible reminders. Caregivers can set gentle timers, maybe a soft chime on a smartphone or a digital watch, to ring every hour, signaling a 2-minute break dedicated solely to drinking. For those who shy away from gadgets, a row of identical refill and reuse glass bottles arranged on the counter serves as a vibrant cue. Empty one, refill one. Color-coded silicone bands on bottles can mark times of day: blue for morning, orange for lunchtime, green for mid-afternoon, so everyone knows at a glance how much remains. Even a simple sticky note by the favorite armchair reading "Time for a sip" can spark a mindful pause. These visual cues lighten the mental load of remembering and transform hydration into a shared ritual between caregiver and elder, an invitation rather than a chore. As we weave these first 3 habits into a weekly rhythm, you'll notice small shifts: fewer complaints of dry mouth, steadier energy during afternoon card games, and even fewer tummy troubles. In our next segment, we'll dive into 2 more hydration strategies. One that harnesses the warmth of herbal infusions, and another that taps into hydrating foods, so you can complete the toolkit and keep every sip intentional, nourishing, and joyful as the afternoon sun begins to soften, bringing a gentle warmth that invites a pause. It's the perfect moment to introduce another comforting hydration ritual: Warm herbal infusions. Imagine your loved one settling into their favorite chair, a soft blanket draped over their knees, and lifting a delicate china cup filled with steeped chamomile and a ribbon of fresh lemon peel. This isn't tea for its own sake. It's a soothing pause in the day, a tiny ceremony that says, "You deserve care." Encourage caregivers to keep a small saucepan of water gently simmering on the back burner, along with a jar of loose chamomile peppermint or rooibos. As caregivers measure a spoonful of blossoms or leaves into a teapot, they're crafting more than a beverage. They're offering a moment of calm digestion support and hydration. Chamomile's mild antispasmodic properties can ease any midday digestive grumbles, while peppermint brightens the palate and may help settle the stomach. Even a pinch of dried hibiscus flowers brings a rosy hue and a dose of vitamin C. As steam curls upward, that visual cue becomes an invitation to inhale, sip and settle, supporting hydration while nurturing a sense of calm focus. To make this habit effortless, caregivers can batch prep small tea tins labeled with days of the week, each containing a blend chosen for its soothing or digestive benefits. A Monday mix of chamomile and lavender sets a restful tone. Wednesday's jar of peppermint and fennel brings refreshing clarity, and Friday's hibiscus and rose hips add a celebratory touch. When the kettle whistles, there's no decision. Fatigue, just the familiar ritual of grabbing that day's blend, steeping it for a few minutes, and enjoying the fragrance-filled pause. Encouraging a warm sip between meals has the added benefit of gently warming the digestive tract, promoting blood flow, and sneaking in another hydrated moment without the rushed feeling of gulping cold water. As that cozy cup dwindles, it's time to embrace our fifth hydration habit: hydrating foods that count toward daily fluid goals. Caregivers know that older adults sometimes find glasses of water bulky or boring, so why not let fresh foods do some of the work? Picture a light lunch of cucumber and watermelon gazpacho, the blender whirring chunks of fruit and vegetable into a velvety bowl that's as cooling as it is flavorful. Caregivers can prepare a batch on prep day: diced cucumber watermelon cubes, a splash of olive oil, and a hint of mint, all blitzed until silky. Served alongside a few whole-grain crackers, this chilled soup offers a double dose of hydration and fiber, plus the natural sweetness that entices reluctant sippers. For a heartier option, imagine a vibrant salad bowl layered with juicy grape tomatoes, thick wedges of ripe avocado, tender cubes of melon, and ribbons of zucchini noodles, all drizzled with a light yogurt herb dressing. Each forkful delivers crisp, moisture-rich bites that count toward fluid intake, and the creamy avocado adds healthy fats to support nutrient absorption. Caregivers can rotate colors and textures: bright orange, bell pepper 1 week, ruby red strawberries the next. So hydration foods stay exciting, not routine. Smoothies also play a starring role in this habit. A mid-morning blend of spinach, frozen berries, banana, and coconut water turns the blender jar into a rainbow of nutrients and fluids. Caregivers can pre-portion smoothie packs in freezer bags, leafy greens, fruit chunks, even a tablespoon of chia seeds for a gentle gel effect, and simply add coconut water or almond milk when it's blending time. The result is a nutrient-packed, sip-ready snack that feels indulgent, yet supports bone health, vitamin uptake, and steady hydration. Adding broth-based soups for dinner is another flavorful tactic. A golden chicken and vegetable broth simmered with carrots, celery, and leafy greens becomes a spoonful of warmth and water that counts toward daily totals. Caregivers can season it lightly with herbs like thyme and parsley, skimming off any foam to keep the broth crystal clear. A ladleful before the main course not only helps gently stretch the meal, supporting portion control, but also contributes to that ever-important hydration goal. By weaving these last two habits, herbal infusions and hydrating foods into the daily rhythm, caregivers transform hydration from a chore into a series of sensory experiences. Chamomile steam, the clink of a chilled gazpacho spoon, the whirl of a smoothie blender, and the aroma of savory broth. Each moment becomes a gentle reminder that water can be warming, cooling, creamy, or clear, depending on mood and season. As caregivers and their loved ones adopt these 5 hydration habits: morning bedside water, delightful spa infusions, visual and audible cues, cozy warm teas, and moisture-rich foods, you'll begin to notice more than just fuller glasses. Energy levels stabilize. Afternoon fatigue diminishes. Skin regains a subtle glow, and digestion feels more gentle. Water turns from a bland necessity into a friend that arrives in many forms, each sip supporting comfort, health, and independence. In our final segment, we'll explore how to weave these habits into weekly meal planning, pair them with simple meal prep tricks, and keep everything feeling effortless rather than overwhelming. By the end, caregivers will have a fully stocked toolkit of hydration strategies crafted through real-life examples and warm conversational guidance that make every day a little brighter one sip at a time. As the late afternoon light filters through the curtains, casting soft patterns on the kitchen table, you might find your loved one reaching for their usual afternoon cuppa, or perhaps forgetting to sip at all. This is where habit number 4 comes in: warm herbal infusions that soothe both body and mind. Rather than leaving hydration confined to cold water alone, caregivers can introduce a ritual that feels cozy, comforting, and deeply intentional. Picture a small cast-iron teapot nestled in the center of the table, filled with a fragrant brew of chamomile blossoms and a twist of lemon peel. As the steam curls upward, it creates a sensory invitation. The gentle floral aroma nudges the senses awake, reminding the body that it's time to sip. Chamomile is more than a pleasant flavor. It carries mild antispasmodic properties that can help settle occasional tummy unrest, making it a perfect companion for those gentle digestive hiccups that can come with age. For a refreshing twist, peppermint leaves can be added to the mix, delivering a cooling counterpoint that may ease bloating and foster a sense of calm clarity. Caregivers can keep a small tea bar organized on a low shelf. Glass jars labeled with days of the week, each pre-filled with a blend chosen for its digestive or calming properties. When the kettle's soft whistle sounds, there's no need to ponder over options. Simply grab the day's jar, steep for 5 minutes, and share the warmth of a mindful pause. Meanwhile, habits 4 and 5 converge beautifully at the dinner table. As caregivers ladle a clear broth of simmered vegetables and lean chicken into a favorite soup cup, they're offering hydration in every spoonful. This isn't just about quenching thirst. It's about weaving fluid-rich foods into the very texture of meals. A golden chicken and vegetable broth, infused with rosemary, and a hint of garlic delivers water, electrolytes, and protein all in one gentle sip. It primes the palate for the rest of the meal, helps stretch portions in a nourishing way, and supports steady hydration without the rush of gulping down cold water. But we don't stop at broths. Imagine a chilled watermelon tomato gazpacho on a warm afternoon. A blender whirs together juicy watermelon cubes, ripe tomatoes, cucumber, and a splash of extra virgin olive oil until velvety smooth. This vibrant bowl offers a cooling wave of hydration, plus lycopene and antioxidants that support cardiovascular health. Served alongside a handful of whole-grain crackers, it becomes a light yet satisfying lunch that counts toward daily fluid goals. Caregivers can prepare individual portions in small mason jars during weekly meal prep. Just pop the lid in the fridge, and a vibrant, sip-friendly meal is ready whenever hunger strikes. For those who prefer handheld snacks, hydration can be baked right into bite-sized treats. Think zucchini apple muffins, grated zucchini and diced apple folded into a batter enriched with Greek yogurt. Each muffin stays moist from the veggies and fruit, delivering water fiber and a touch of natural sweetness. Paired with a glass of infused water, perhaps lemon and mint. These muffins feel like an indulgence rather than a chore, yet they gently bolster fluid intake. Smoothies, too, can be a hydration hero. A mid-morning blend of spinach, frozen mixed berries, banana and coconut water turns the blender into a rainbow of nutrients and fluids. Caregivers can assemble smoothie kits in freezer bags. A handful of greens, berry medley, and banana slices, all ready to dump into the blender. Add coconut water or, for extra electrolytes, a splash of low-sodium vegetable juice, and within seconds you have a sip-and-savor drink that supports bone health, muscle function, and gentle hydration. Chia seeds can be stirred in for a gel-like texture, delaying digestion slightly to extend that feeling of fullness and slowly release fluids into the system. As these 4 and 5 habits take root, warm teas, broth sips, hydrating soups, muffins, and smoothies, caregivers often notice more than just fuller glasses. Afternoon fatigue lifts, dry skin softens, and the digestive system hums, along with fewer reminders needed. Hydration transforms from a chore into a series of sensory experiences. The clink of spoons against china, the hum of the blender, the steam on a teacup. Each moment carries intention. One final tip for weaving it all together: track and celebrate progress. A simple chart on the fridge, adorned with bright stickers or magnet clips, can mark each successful hydration moment. Morning glass spa pitcher, refill, tea break, soup before dinner, smoothie after lunch. Caregivers can invite their loved one to place a sticker or clip when they've sipped, turning hydration into a joint achievement. Over time, the chart fills with color, offering a visual testament to how these small rituals become big strides in well-being. As golden hour fades and the kitchen light softens into evening, you'll see how these 5 hydration habits — bedside water, spa-style infused pitchers, visual and audible cues, warm herbal brews, and moisture-rich foods — come together to support every facet of senior health. They are gentle guardians of digestion, defenders of skin hydration, and boosters of steady energy. They allow those in your care to sip with pleasure rather than chug in haste. In our final part, we'll explore how to layer these hydration rituals onto simple meal planning strategies, pairing them with nutrient-dense recipes and easy prep tricks that keep both fluids and flavors flowing all week long. You'll walk away with a full, seamless routine, one that fits into real kitchens, real days, and real lives, so every caregiver can feel confident they're nourishing body and spirit one sip at a time. As the week unfolds, you'll find these hydration rituals weaving into daily life like a cherished rhythm rather than a chore. Picture your Sunday afternoon. Alongside the grocery list for leafy greens and berries, you jot spa water refill next to chicken broth batch. As the kettle whistles for your afternoon chamomile, you reach automatically for Monday's tea tin. Steep it and settle into your favorite armchair. Meanwhile, your blender hums to life for mid-morning smoothies, and your fridge door opens to reveal a quartet of glass bottles waiting to be refilled and lined back on the counter. In this way, hydration becomes the unseen thread, binding meals and snacks, supporting each bite and every pause. One simple way to keep the momentum is to integrate hydration into meal prep itself. As you chop vegetables for supper, reserve the carrot peels, cucumber ends, and onion skins to simmer into a gentle broth. That same pan of simmered scraps transforms into a clear broth that becomes tomorrow's warming first course. While the soup simmers, layer fruit and herbs into pitchers, then tuck them behind that batch of overnight oats in the fridge. Later, when you're scooping porridge into a bowl, a quick glance reminds you to pour that first cup of infused water. By pairing water prep with food prep, you create a seamless flow. One task naturally leads to the next, and hydration never feels like extra work. Meal planning can also include built-in hydration checks. When you draft your weekly menu, say baked salmon with roasted squash on Tuesday and lentil stew on Thursday. Add a gentle note next to each entree, tea break at 3 p.m., gazpacho shot midday, or smoothie after walk. These prompts scribbled beside familiar favorites turn hydration from an abstract goal into concrete actions anchored to mealtime memories. Over time, you'll barely notice them. The cues slip effortlessly into your day, guiding you toward steady sipping without a second thought. And don't underestimate the power of personalization. Maybe your loved one lights up at the idea of a peppermint-infused brew, or perhaps they smile most at tangy hibiscus tea. Perhaps a small cup of watermelon gazpacho after morning chores feels like a treat, or a handful of cucumber mint salad alongside lunch brightens their mood. Encourage caregivers to watch for those little sparks of delight. If a particular combo brings a sparkle of joy, lean into it. Double up the next week's supply of those herbs. Swap in new fruit for a twist or sneak a few chia seeds into the blend for extra texture. When hydration feels tailored and celebratory, it becomes an act of self-care rather than a reminder of need. As these habits root themselves in your routine, you'll notice more than just fuller water glasses. Digestion will feel smoother. Those gentle herbal pauses and broth sips help keep everything moving comfortably. Energy will stabilize no more. Afternoon crashes when a sip of spa water or a quick smoothie brings just the right boost. Joints and skin will thank you. Steady hydration, combined with anti-inflammatory ingredients like hibiscus cucumber and turmeric-spiced broths, nourishes from the inside out. And perhaps most importantly, each shared cup or clink of mugs becomes a moment of connection, a reminder that caring for the body is also caring for the spirit. Before we close this series, take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. You started by setting a glass of water on the bedside table, then learned to infuse pitchers with flavor, added simple cues to remind you to sip, discovered the soothing power of warm herbal teas, and finally let hydrating foods carry a portion of your fluid goals. Each step built on the last, transforming hydration into a mosaic of experiences: cooling, warming, crisp, velvety, and ever so slightly celebratory. Now, as you look ahead to your next week of meals, carry these 5 hydration habits with you. Jot down your own menu notes, maybe mango and mint water, next to Thursday's fish tacos, or cranberry ginger tea after Friday's cozy stew. Blend a new smoothie combo on Wednesday mornings. Invite your loved one to place a cheerful sticker on the chart when they've sipped. Make each moment a small victory and celebrate how something as simple as water can become an invitation to wellness. If you've tried these tips, we'd love to hear which habit fits your daily life best. Did the spa water awaken your senses? Have your favorite herbal tea blends become a midday ritual? Or are you finding that gazpacho and broth bowls are the kitchen's new stars? Share your experiences and your go-to recipes in the comments below. If this video inspired you, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more friendly, science-backed senior nutrition advice, and ring the bell so you never miss a new way to nourish body and spirit. Your support helps us keep crafting content designed for joyful health at any age. Here's to turning every sip into a moment of care, every meal into an opportunity to hydrate, and every day into a step toward vibrant well-being. Together, we're making hydration simple, delicious, and utterly life-affirming, one gentle habit at a time.